Another bit of interesting testimony. Former Inkster treasurer David Sabuda testified that he hadn't been on the job for very long when he learned that the city for years had been writing checks to charities at the direction of Judge Sylvia James. And when he tried to stop it, well, he says that he and the city became the target of the judge's wrath.
David Sabuda.
David took the stand to talk about his experience of late 2005 when he says Judge Sylvia James asked the city to cut checks for the Inkster High School Alumni Association and the Goodfellows. He said he refused to write those checks because
Michigan Public Act 2 of 1968 and Michigan Department of Treasury guidelines, these types of expenses from a governmental unit are not allowable. Also, I had a discussion with our independent auditors. They supported my position that the expenses, regardless of funding source, is not an allowable expense.
Judge Sylvia James is accused of misusing the Community Service Program Fund. It's a nonviolent offender program, and that's where the money collected under it is supposed to be used. Her court was audited last year and resulted in this Judicial Tenure Commission hearing, which is in day 10. Sabuda testified that James ignored him and demanded that all the Community Service Program funds be sent to the court so she could write checks to whatever organization she saw fit. Sabuda read the letter James sent to the city.
By order of Chief Judge Sylvia James, a check is to be issued from the community.
Seriously, slow down.
Is to be issued from the community service account payable to the 22nd Judicial Court. The check should be the balance in the account.
And when the checks were not cut, James spoke to Inkster's city manager, who seemed to agree with the judge, but James was clearly angry that her orders were not followed to the letter. Judge James wrote,
"This appears to be either a change in policy or insubordination."
Insubordination. Judge James' defense when on the stand for most of this week has been that no one in state or local government told her that she had broken the law when she wrote checks from this court fund. This hearing will continue on Monday.
It's already been 2 weeks, Bill. They had, I think you said earlier in the week, 30 witnesses to call. How are they doing here?
As many as 30. Today, they're only up to 4, and they think they may call him back on Monday. This could take a little while. The fact of the matter is the testimony is getting shorter and more to the point.
And you'll stay on top of it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.